everybody, welcome to this playthrough for Rookie Division with the tournament win here in the Highlands Tournament and Golf Clash the game. The video is sponsored by Golf Clash and Playdemic, and before we start, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Click the button in the bottom right corner. Also, visit golfclashtommy.com for more Golf Clash related content for free. You can get one of our very valuable Patreon packages by going to patreon.com/golfclashtommy. Especially the tournament package are super duper value, so check that out. Link directly in the description down below. If we can get this video to 200 thumbs up, that would be absolutely amazing. Thank you so much if you do. Thank you. Also follow the info box on the right hand side. You find the club distance and the elevation adjustment together, combined with what type of ball and club I feel is going to be beneficial for you to play with. You don't have to follow what I do suggest, but there is always a thought behind it. So listen closely and be ready with a pen and paper to take some notes. Always ask if you do have any questions. There is no stupid questions, there's only stupid answers. So email support@golfclashtommy.com for the best chance getting a response as quickly as possible. So now let's go to hole number 1. For hole number 1, we're going to use our sniper, and here I'm using a sniper and a power 0 ball, leaving myself in absolute maximum distance of my club with the sniper level 6. Have in mind that if you do play with a sniper level 8, 9, 10, you have more yardage in power, which means that you need to back up a little bit from maximum. Half of the blue ring inside the rough, I'm using 1 bar of left spin, 2.8 bars of backspin, and then I'm going to adjust maximum distance with a 15% over adjustment, which is 4 rings. Now in the end, we do have a final thing we need to do, and that is to hit perfect, which is insanely hard for some reason for me on this hole. But I missed this shot to the left, but I'm getting the distance as I want to. It's not gonna come in too hot, it's perfect in speed. If we can just hit perfect, we will see ourselves being very close, if not making a hole in one on hole number 1. For hole number 2, we are going to go for green, and here I would recommend you to use the driver that gives you the most power and top spin together. I'm adding spin first, which is 4.5 bar top spin, and then 2 bars of side spin to the left. Now I'm looking for the second bounce to be basically aligned with the bushes to the right, and you can see it's going to be approximately 1 ring from the edge of the darker part of the rough. Now I'm not aiming directly at the pin, because that would have me to aim closer to the rough line on the left, which in bad cases would risk me getting into the water by clipping the rough first, and that is not something I would like you to risk at all. Maximum distance with a 15% over adjustment, and we're looking for the ball to bounce into the rough and then roll out. To stay away from using overpower, we could use a power 5 ball instead, and that is also a free to play ball, as you can win it for free in the golden shot. But a power 3 ball will be no problem whatsoever, and if you do want to play with a power 2 or power 1, you can do so by using more of overpower with your driver. If you do have 6 bars of top spin, also known as more than 4.5 bars of top spin, those drivers are way better, and then you might stay away from overpower even with a power 3 ball as well. So the club and the driver that you do have could make it super easy. It could also make it a bit difficult or a bit more technical, but no matter what though, we need to get an eagle on hole number 2. For hole number 3, we are going to play a hole now that is much harder than it was before it got its revamp. So 4.5 bar top spin, 2 bars of a left spin, and I'm then being in absolute maximum distance of my club, looking at the ball guideline to be pointing to the left of the fairway. And you can see half of the red ring inside the rough if you play with an extra mile that is level 5, 6 or around 7 as well, I would have to say. Half a ball of curl to the left, then we go with approximately 4 rings of overpower. Yes, we do need to push this drive a lot. And the reason we want to push this drive is because we otherwise won't be able to reach to the intended landing spot that we do want to use. The further up we get, the better it's going to be, and from here we're going to play a sniper towards the pin. Max plus 10 when it comes to our adjustment. Second shot is going to be with a sniper as well, and as you can see, that sniper level 6 is going to be too far away for the rough bump, and I would only recommend the rough bump if you do have the sniper level 9 or level 10, otherwise you will struggle big time in getting the distance to do so. Then it's better to use the top of the white ring by the rough, ball guideline to the hole, and then adjust and hope for the best. 20% over adjustment, we're using maximum distance numbers, and I'm using half a bar of backspin. Here in the end, as you can see, we come in maybe a little bit too hot, and we maybe could have gone with like a 0.8 backspin or something like that, but on another day, we would have got that one on pin, and we would see that one drop for a nice little albatross. Max plus 20, and this hole does play way different than it was before it got its change, but it is tougher. Focus on the drive, which is the key, then you're gonna have a good chance. Power 3 ball, in my opinion, is a must, otherwise you will struggle getting distance for the second shot. For hole number 4, we're going to play on the left hand side here, and sure, it's very intriguing to play on the right hand side, but we don't really have the club for it. But those of you playing with 6 bars of topspin or better, then I would recommend to play on the right hand side instead. Sure, you can play with a power 5 ball, which is a berserker ball, which could be won for free in the golden shot. Then you can play on the right as well with lower level clubs, but that's not going to be the play that I'm going to choose to show here, as we're going to be a more, lower level club slash ball type of way. 3 bars of topspin. We do stretch out into the position, so we see the second bounce being above the above the rough and the bushes. We adjust, we push up to max, and then we need to hit perfect. A great ball here to the right obviously will risk getting this ball into the rough there on the right. We are a little bit lucky that it do stay before it rolls into the rough, but again, hit perfect and then you're not gonna have any issues. Second shot, we're going to play with the Saturn or the backbone here. Sure, it does not have that a lot of power, but it does have the backspin, because we do want to use the backspin that we do have and attack the pin directly instead of having to go with curl. If we do play with a lower level Goliath, which only have a 2-3 bars of backspin, and that's the same obviously when it comes to B52s and those type of clubs. If you do have a higher level Goliath, I would recommend to use that as well to prevent you from going in between clubs, but then you need to have it at least in level 5, level 6 in my opinion, which not everyone is going to have, as it is a rare club. So when it comes to the blue clubs, the Saturn and the backbone, use the backspin, aim for the pin, and for the love of God, hit perfect! Maximum distance with a 10% over adjustment is what we have there. Decent chance for an eagle. For hole number 5, we are going to play a tough par 5 here, and first I'm looking at different type of spots here, trying to see if we can find a way to bounce over the rough and the sand in the middle there to find ourselves with an approach for the pin for an albatross. But I'm gonna get back to that in just a bit and explain why I do not suggest that at all. 2 bars of top spin, I'm using 2 bars of side spin to the right, and you can see that I'm looking at the second bounce to be approximately a ring from the rough line, and that is what I'm looking for when position my drive. Maximum distance with a 20% over adjustments. Even though we are not completely max distance, I will still use maximum distance numbers here. Titan or a Kingmaker is the ball that I would choose, not so much for the drive. Here we can come, and play with a power 1 ball if we want to, but for the second shot where we do need power. So why don't I suggest to go over in the middle or on the right? It's because it's so club dependent, and also I would say somewhat ball dependent as well, but especially club dependent, where you do need to have a lot of topspin. So trying to go there in the center, trying to bounce over, it's not possible with 4.5 bar topspin. It's not possible with 6 bars of topspin either. It might be possible with a big topper, but as I've been trying that shot in many not in many different divisions, but in rookie and also in pro and expert, I do not see that shot to go over there and give you a consistent way to get over. Then I see that we risk to lose the eagle more, and therefore I do not suggest a route like that. Then we're just going to play it conservative and take our eagle and be done with it. So 2 bars of side spin to the right. I'm using 1 bar of backspin here with my sniper level 6. Obviously, the higher level sniper you have, the easier this shot is going to be. But I do recommend you to still play with the sniper, because the sniper, once again, is a better club when it comes to the accuracy. But if you don't want to adjust like into overpower, having to use overpower and such, then the big dog will also do the trick. Because here I'm using max curl to the right, I'm using 2 bar side spin to the right and 1 bar backspin, as already said. And then, you know, we are going to get the ball down to the green. We missed that one just to the right, and with a perfect ball, we never know what's going to happen. But I don't expect an albatross here, but I expect myself to getting in the ballpark at least. And if I drop that one or 2 times, I'm going to be very pleased with it. So in the end, you can choose whatever wood club for the second shot, just that it has curl, but sniper will be my go-to club there for its accuracy, so I can hit great without feeling uncomfortable that I might go into the rough. For hole number 6, we're looking to play with our sniper, and here, once again, ladies and gentlemen, if you do play with a sniper level 7+, it's going to be much easier for you because you have a better ball guideline to follow. Here I do have the sniper level 6, and I do think that's a stretch, but obviously if you do have a lower level sniper, you can also involve the Viper as an option as well. You can see that I'm looking for a sticky spot where I can wiggle a bit back and forth, and the ball guide, or at least the second bounce and the tip of the ball guideline doesn't move. 3.2 bars of backspin, and I'm also looking to have 2 bars of side spin to the left. Adjustment is medium distance plus 20%. And then obviously hit freaking perfect. Great ball to the left, and you can see here that this actually follows what we're looking for, and it rolls and come in left side of the pin. With a perfect, I'm not saying it's gonna be in, but it would have been very, very close for an hole-in-one. So medium distance plus 20%, 3.2 backspin, 2 bars of left spin, looking for the second bounce to be just before the fringe, and then the red ring by the rough at the bottom. Tough one to get a hole-in-one on, because it's very difficult to find the same landing spot all the time, but still a decent chance. For the last of the par 3s, we do have hole number 7, and here I play with a navigator and I play with a quarterback. Here it doesn't really matter what level quarterback you're having. I think it's just the value of having the quarterback overall is brilliant. I'm using 1 top spin, 1 bar of right spin, and I'm looking for my bullseye to be just by the bottom of the bunker to the right. Here we are going to have also the blue ring by the rough line. Adjustment is going to be medium distance with a 20% over adjustment, and I'm looking to add half a ball of curl outside the adjustment ring to the right. Perfect ball, and you're gonna see that the ball comes in the way we want, but we lose speed. And the thing that comes with that is that we do need to add more topspin. I would recommend though to play, instead of 1 bar of topspin, I would recommend us to play with actually 2 bars of topspin, so we get the speed, so we roll up, fall down on the fringe at the correct place down towards the pin. Even if you would be a little bit off with your adjustment, it's still going to be a super safe birdie, as the green is kind of designed in a way to just have the ball fall down towards the pin area basically all the time. So I would say this is a good chance. I would say this is the best of the chances that we do have for an hole-in-one, but you cannot just go in and expect it to happen. You need to put in the work as well. For hole number 8, here I would recommend you to use the big topper. It doesn't matter what level you have your big topper in. You can play it in level 1 and you can play it in level 7. Once again, it doesn't really matter. It's going to be the same type of structure. Add all the topspin that you can get. Focus on the second bounce. The second bounce should be approximately, you see, 1 ring from the rough there. If you do follow that, then you're going to have no problem not clipping the rough at all, which is obviously key here. Adjustment is going to be minimum distance with a 30% over adjustment, which is going to be 1 ring. And you can see that I'm using a Marlin ball, and the reason I use the Marlin ball is to reduce the wind a little bit. but also to save the better balls, as we don't really need anything better. Bounce, bounce, so a double bounce over, and then we see the ball very nicely to roll down towards very close to the fringe, but this is going to be a very short wedge, and we're gonna see ourselves making a very easy eagle here from wedge range. So in the end, this is a simple par 4, but if you do not do your drive correct, this is not going to be a simple eagle. So make sure that you study and you look at the second bounce. That's the key. If you do that and you adjust properly, have the ball centered in the adjustment ring, you're gonna have no issues not clipping the rough, and you will get that ball close to green and lock in the eagle. For hole number 9, we're going to play on the left-hand side, and the reason for that is because the second shot becomes way easier playing on the left. 4.5 bar topspin and 3 bars of side spin to the right. And now I'm looking for the second bounce to be just above the rough there on the left. Yellow ring is there completely by the rough as well. Medium distance with a 20% over adjustment, which in this case is 2 rings. And then it's time to take our shot. I'm using half a ball of curl outside the adjustment ring to the right, and even though you hit great right, you will see that this ball will still be okay. So the curl is very important that you do use, but obviously you see how close I were with the bad great right, so obviously my suggestion is to hit perfect. We're using a katana or a kingmaker, and not so much for the power of the drive, because that is not really needed, but we do need the side spin 3 to prevent us from having to use way more curl than necessary. Second shot, you can see that now I do have the big dog, and honestly we are close to medium distance of our club here, so I would strongly advise you that if you do have the sniper level 6+, use the sniper level 6+. If you do have a lower level sniper, then you can use the big dog or the cataclysm for this shot, because the sniper's accuracy and the sniper's ball guideline is superior the big dog, even though the big dog is as high as level 6. Because the big dog is always scary when we do play with, because a bad great left or a bad great right will make this ball fly, because lower accuracy means that the ball will be more affected by a great ball than other. That's why sniper is such a good club in situations when we do approach the pin. Now we missed that one to the right side, but I'm not really thrilled about the big dog. I want to have my sniper, and if you play with the sniper, you play maximum distance with no elevation is my suggestion there. Tough par 5 to end with, definitely a possibility, so don't give up on hole number 9. Thank you so much everybody for watching this playthrough for Rookie Division with the tournament win here in Golf Clash the game and the Highlands Tournament. I'm trying to give you adjustment with free-to-play balls and clubs that is adaptable for players playing from front tee. If you do not have the setup that I'm playing with, or you just don't want to use it, but you want my thoughts about maybe a different route that you're gonna try to take, then you can always email us at support@golfclashtommy.com, which is the best way to get an answer. The video here is sponsored by Golf Clash and Playdemic. Thank you once again for watching, and good luck in your Golf Clash game.